chatting with David Gooden just about some of the checks he goes through on his machine. A lot of operators will do things regularly on an annual basis. You'll do things a bit more often, then there's things you'll do every time you go out and spray. So David, like on your machine, what sort of things would you do, say just once a year, the really big checks?
So the main thing is doing a calibration, checking our flow meter, and then all the mechanical stuff that goes along with operating a machine, oils and that type of thing. From a spraying point of view, getting the flow meter calibrated and cleaned out and checked.
Okay, so that's the big ticket items, flow meters, spray system, everything on an annual basis as well as your mechanicals. More regularly, maybe once a month, what things would you go around the machine and check?
Oh, really the integrity of the machine, making sure there's nothing cracked or broken, leaking, making sure the diaphragm in the pumps are not leaking, so making sure the oil level's right in the diaphragm pump. So basic things like that, just looking around the machine to make sure everything's functional and not broken.
Tyre pressure, how often would you check that?
Once a month, so looking at tyre pressure every month with the monthly or 50-hour grease.
Okay, and then you get down to each time you go out and spray, what sort of things will you look at on the machine before you start your spraying?
The main thing is to make sure the nozzles are all operating correctly and valves are all opening correctly. So doing a self-test, running water through the line to make sure that's working right is the most important daily function, apart from making sure there's oil in the bowl in the diaphragm pump, and along with just checking everything else to make sure everything else is functional and working correctly.
Okay, so as you're driving, to make sure everything's on track, what sort of things do you look at on the controller if you're looking for things just to make sure it's running as it should be?
Litres per minute, to making sure that the right amount of liquid is coming through and making sure that's matched to the pressure according to the spray plan.
And so throughout the operation, I guess you're checking that the nozzles and pressure and everything's doing as it should. So before you put the machine away, is there anything else you do just to get ready for next time?
When the machine goes in the shed, it needs to be ready for the next time it comes out. So doing the final check on any blocked nozzles, making sure the lines are flushed out with fresh water and nothing's leaking at the time you put it away. So it's ready to come out, ready to work next time the weather's right and the conditions are right to go spraying. Annual maintenance and the daily checks on a daily basis to make sure everything's functional.